I believe I'm the right person for this job because I'm very feminine for this role. My feminineness, feminine sexuality, feminine personality will add value to this feminine role in the most feminine way possible.
Stop getting the wrong advice. Ensure you get the right skills for the right job for jobs in the Middle East. Contact Loy Machedo.
Okay, I'll tell you something. Something that happened. Okay, I was sitting on my iMac, just sorting out the messages and mails and all that, and suddenly I saw this post of two men, Indian men, making the heart-shaped romantic love and all that. With your hand you make that like a 12-year-old girl. Okay, so these two guys were making all these love signs, and they apparently got married in India. Okay, they got married in India with some henna design on their hands and love and all that, and they got married. Gay couple. So well, it became news. The reason being is it's not a very frequent happening. It's just very lately that they've started accepting the gay community in India. Okay, these gay relationships. Now, obviously, I sent it to my groups. Some people were like, oh, true love. Okay, love has no race, religion, whatever. Then some others gave, what the fuck is this? And then some others, obviously, they said, so who's the husband? Who's the wife? Who's going to have the baby? And even lesbian couples, I remember seeing on LinkedIn. Imagine, out of all the places on LinkedIn, one female holding another female who's pregnant. She's hugging her. She's showing her stomach. And something about being pregnant and your authentic self. I don't know how a female and female got each other pregnant. And that also on LinkedIn. They're sharing this on LinkedIn, and people obviously want to kiss their ass. So authentic, so original, so beautiful. And out of all the places, they found LinkedIn to show this this romantic, half-naked photo. Fine, whatever, I didn't comment. Whatever they want to do, let them do. I just shared the screenshot. So obviously people ask, so who's the husband, who's the wife, who's the mother, who's the father? Now, I'm pretty sure you who's listening, if you are gay or LGBTQ or you support all this, you'll say, Loy, you're such a, these typical terms, misogynistic or what? Transphobia, gay phobia, homophobia, some phobia like Islamophobia, Hindu phobia, India phobia, some phobia there, which is not a psychological term, just a man-made term. Alright, so I'll give you my thoughts. Uncensored, because that's what I do on this channel. Now, am I against gay and homosexual and lesbian and transgender? And no, I'm not. It's your life. You live the way you want. I mean, who you're fucking or who you fall in love with or who you're getting married to, how does it concern me? Okay, it doesn't. So obviously people ask the question, what if tomorrow your daughter is gay or lady boy or wants a sex change? I'll get to that also. See, now I want to keep things real. Okay, I want to be honest. See, I was born and raised in a Roman Catholic South Indian family. Okay, a simple family. You could say slightly, like people say, backward. We didn't have access to technology. Born in a poor family, simple poor family. And the only thing that was there was go to school, go to work. My parents would go to work, I'd go to school. And small community. We didn't have the internet, didn't have Google, nothing. As we grew up and, as I grew up, I was in Dubai, Sharjah, as you can say. I remember the first time my mother pointed out and showed me something. I turned and saw. There was this Filipino man in this church, St. Michael's Church. I remember it was a Christmas mass. So we all are standing and I was a small boy. So my mother's pointing and I looked up. There was a Filipino guy with a earring, gold earring at his side. And my mother's like, look, he's a girl. Okay. Well, because my mother never saw a man with a mustache wear a earring. Obviously, then it became a commonplace, okay, wearing earrings. So it was no longer shocking. Then came, I remember my mother and my family, we used to go to, hunt shells in low rivers in Dubai. There was a place near, I think, Ajman or Dubai Saja, where there was a pond, like you could get shells, So they were pulling the shells, and obviously there were other friends that tagged along. And once I remember, they bought some Filipinos. So after they bought the Filipinos, we all took the shells. We came home. Once we came home, everyone took turns, shower and all that, and we were all sitting like a whole group of people. And there was this female sitting there, and she was wearing ultra shorts. Everyone else was wearing like full clothes. She was wearing short shorts, and she was wearing like that looked like sexy clothes. I never saw white, hairless legs. I was like, ooh, I was a young boy. I was like, ooh, wow. I was very happy. I sat next to her. So they were all talking, and suddenly she stated, I have my periods. She just told. And suddenly there was absolute silence, pin drop silence. Everyone was, periods. I was like, periods? I was also trying to figure out what is periods. So I remember asking my mother afterwards, what is period? She said, don't ask, don't talk all this. Okay. So that was the culture or upbringing I had faced. Very conservative. In fact, if a boy would go out with a girl, girl would go out with a boy, it was a scandal. I got beaten up so violently by my stepfather for writing a love letter to a girl. Imagine, I wrote a letter, I want to be your friend, and this got intercepted by my father. He beat the bejesus out of me because everyone was laughing and making fun. The girl who I gave it to asked her to give it to the girl who I like, and she instead showed it to my father at the party. He left the party with me, took me home and beat the hell out of me. Beat me badly. Just imagine, for a love letter. Okay. Now, I gave you the background of where I came from. Like you can explicitly say, I came from a very backward upbringing. Okay. So for me, growing up, I was still discovering. Now obviously this thing of gay and lesbians was not something I was introduced to or people spoke about it openly. Yes, I did meet people who were gay. Yes, there were guys who were gay who were attracted to me. My father used to keep them away. I remember in Mumbai, when we went there during the Gulf War, there was this rich gay guy who used to always come and say, Uncle, can I meet Loy? My stepfather used to get so angry looking at him. So I got introduced to this world of gay, homosexual. In fact, in India, these Inox, they call it chaka. I really never saw chaka in my life. The first time I saw was during the Gulf War. It was the 80s. I remember 90s, sorry. I was in a ladies' compartment in India, and there I saw this guy come in dressed up like a girl, hi, and this and that, and asking money. I didn't fucking know what to do. So finally one lady there gave some change, and I asked, who's this guy? She was like, what? What do you mean, who's this guy? So she asked, where are you from? I said, Dubai. Oh, refugee ho. Okay, so I grew up that, and today what has happened is I've been exposed to all this. I've seen gay, I've seen lesbians, I've seen transgender. In fact, there are still moments which shock me. Like, I'll give you some examples. The other day my wife went to the market, fruit and vegetable market, to buy things, and there she suddenly wanted to buy a dress, a girly dress for herself, and she wanted to see how it looks. So I was there and I just walked around, and when I came back, I saw her checking out a dress and asking a young boy, stand there, and she's putting the dress on him, like asking him hold the dress, and then she's looking at it from afar.
Why?
So I asked my wife, why you putting this dress on this boy? You know, what are you doing? Why are you putting this? Because there was a lady there, and my wife is putting a girl's dress on this boy. My wife immediately responded, this is not a boy. What the fuck are you talking? This is not a boy. Of course this is a boy. You know, short, he looks like a boy. He is a boy. You know, he's a girl. And then she said, you don't know, this is a lady boy and this is the mother. Because my wife got embarrassed. The mother was there, and this turned out to be a boy who obviously wanted to be identified as a girl. I'll tell you, I was just speechless. I was like, what? This is a girl? Then I understood, okay, it's a lady boy. But I'll tell you, I was never so rattled. I was shocked. I was like, wow, okay. Means, you know, you listen to these stories and you read it in the papers. But when you actually see it face to face in front of you, that a boy is being raised like a girl, he dresses up like a boy, he looks like a boy, his anatomy is everything of a boy, but the mother is calling him a girl. I just kept quiet. And then as we continued shopping, I was totally blank. My wife, what she did was she pointed, and I saw at the side, he's walking like, you know, like this, and he's making the mannerisms like a girl and all that. I don't know whether he was doing it really or... In fact, I remember the most shocked I was when I saw a small boy again who had put a lipstick and a skirt. It's so small. See, you might say, Eloy, you're an old this thing, you're outdated, you have not seen life. True, fine, yes, I totally agree. I have not seen all this. I'm getting to see it now. I mean, this is not a common thing that you see every day. I've not been born and raised in a transgender house or a gay lesbian house. Okay, it's all new for me. In fact, for those who are calling me old-fashioned, let me tell you a few things that may shock you. That may. I'm not saying it will. May. My first wife, her sister, my first wife, Irish, her sister had 5 kids. Okay? You'll say, so what's the big deal? She's only in her 20s, 22 or something. 5 kids. So what's the big deal? Well, the 5 kids that were playing in Christmas, 5 men came in the house. And those 5 men are the fathers of these 5 kids. For this, and every year she would have a new boyfriend, and she would get pregnant, and she would have a new baby. 5 guys, 5 babies, 1 woman, and they all come together to celebrate. For me, I was shocked. And then her father says, you come from a backward country like India, so for you don't understand, this is God's creation. I was like, yes, you are absolutely right, I'm backward. 5 guys, 5 kids, 1 lady, every year 1 baby. Finally, I think she tied up test tubes because she didn't want to have more. Okay, so that was one. The second one, I don't know if you find this shocking or not. Second one was this ex-girlfriend of mine, whom I thought was normal. She was a Westerner. And in my age, and I thought everything was nice about her and all that. Until one day in the house, she is walking from the shower naked, dead naked. She's walking from the shower. Now you'll be like, so what's a big deal? Not a big deal. Only problem, her son, who is, I think, 15 years old, is there. The son is there. And she is walking naked. And the son can see her naked. I can see her naked. And she is like just walking normal, and she's putting powder and wiping herself, putting powder, perfume. And I was like, I mean, your son is naked, you know, you're naked. And her response was, Loy, this is my son. He doesn't look at me sexually. This is normal. I was like, In fact, if you thought that was normal or that was abnormal, sorry. One day, this guy, He has his old computer, whatever. He was in his room, door was open. And I was just passing by, and there I can see him watching porn. I was like, oh, okay, he's watching porn. Passing by. And then, to my surprise, I saw he was masturbating, watching porn with the door open. And he's like, he's telling me, what the fuck, you never seen anyone wank off? With the door open, masturbating. And when I spoke to his mother, that time my girlfriend, she said, Loy, he has nothing to hide. We all do it. I was like, oh my goodness, what the fuck is this, man? Anyway, I'm thankful that I broke off with them. Seriously abnormal. See, now, for some people, this is very normal. In fact, these are actual stories, actual story of people who I've interacted with and spoken to. There is even, prostitutes. There are enough and more prostitutes here. Do you know that there was this Russian female who, she's a pole dancer. She has daughters, small girls. You know what is pole dancing, right? She's making small children pole dance so that they can get money. Just imagine, wear sexy clothes and get paid, thrown money. In fact, I've seen, I don't know them personally, there are some people who encourage their children to get into the sex industry. In fact, I spoke to one client, the father who is actually advising his daughter on the porn industry, OnlyFans and all that. Just let that sink in. The father is guiding her how to do porn. His daughter, actual daughter, not stepdaughter, not his own daughter. The mother and father are okay with this. Now, I give you all these examples. Okay? In fact, there are small ones, like in USA, they have the daughter who brings her boyfriend into the room. They have their own private room. They lock the door and they're teenagers. Then there are girls and guys who stay at other people's houses and okay. In fact, now, if you see in the newspaper, they have these small children undergoing sex change. Okay? Gender reassignment. They're going to testosterone replacement therapy, and girls want to be guys, guys want to be girls. Okay. Now, I've given you all these examples. Now, which one do you think is acceptable? I'm pretty sure you'll cherry pick one or two, or you'll say, no, this is okay, this is not okay, that is okay, this is not okay. Some people say, a woman listening to a man is outdated tradition. Some people say this should be done. Some people say touching your parents' feet for respect is prehistoric. Some people say that is actual respect. So now the question is, where is normal? What is normal? What is acceptable? What is not acceptable? Where do we draw the line and say, no, this... In fact, one of the Daily Mail, there's this female who underwent, sex change. She got her breast removed and she is getting injections as a man. And she got pregnant and she delivered a baby. And because the nurses are addressing her as a mother, motherhood, and, telling her, you're a beautiful mother, she actually wants to take them to court, sue them for misgendering her, calling her a woman and calling her a mother. Even though she has a vagina and all, she's saying, no, I'm a man. So what is normal now? What is acceptable? Where do we draw the line? In fact, here you come to Thailand or you go to Philippines or Vietnam, you'll see 80-year-old men, 60-year-old men. They have 18-year-old girls as their girlfriends. Or check some of these Facebook groups where they have they call them bar girls, nothing but prostitutes. Read the comments. They say, oh, I would love to eat her this, and oh, I would like to stick my tongue up this, and these girls are advertising themselves. And they're 60 years old and 70 years old. And some of them, even from their real profile, they have wife and children and they talk like this. So where do you draw the line? What is acceptable? What is old-fashioned? Where do we draw the line? A man has sex with 100 girls, or a girl can have sex with 100 guys. Is that acceptable or not acceptable? Or then my question next is, who gets pregnant? The guy or the girl? I mean, yeah, it's easy to throw terms like, oh, you're misogynist, or you're sexist, or you're transphobic, or you're homophobic. But you need to understand, we're living in very strange times where even people having sex with animals, or pooping, or selling farts, or selling urine, or asking someone, can you shit in your panties and send it to me? Where do you draw the line? What is normal? All I can tell you is we are living in very, very confusing times, very difficult times. You need to be careful what you consider normal, what you consider acceptable. The world may have its own rules. I just feel each to his own. There's no way you can make everyone agree with you or disagree with you on everything. So you choose, you decide what is right for you, what is not right. That is why for me, yes, agreed, I share various aspects of my life. And yes, I do have my opinion. But that doesn't mean just because you do not agree with my opinion, or the group doesn't, I'm going to change and dance to your tunes. Anyway, this is what I wanted to share. Let me know what are your thoughts. You agree, disagree. Okay? You guys take care. This is me signing off. Ciao.